Former U.S. President Calvin Coolidge is best known as a reserved and introspective politician who often seemed uncomfortable at social events. But this man of few words got a lot accomplished as president. He reduced taxes and lowered federal spending, signed a bill granting full citizenship to Native Americans, and limited immigration. He also made himself available to lawmakers and reporters, a novelty in the early 20th century, says Governor Jim Douglas of Vermont.
Coolidge had about one press conference every 4 days. He had weekly meetings with congressional leaders.
Governor Douglas is one of the 21 politicians, journalists, activists, and thinkers who contributed their thoughts to Why Coolidge Matters, a collection of essays about the 30th president. In his essay, the governor highlights how Mr. Coolidge reflects the character and values of Vermont, where he was born and raised. Douglas says Calvin Coolidge inspires him.
There are really two ways. One is his commitment to fiscal integrity, to reducing debt, to balancing the budget, to lowering taxes. Secondly, I take from the Coolidge legacy the values of civility, integrity, honesty, straightforwardness, of communicating in a transparent way with the people he served and on a frequent basis.
Other contributors to Why Coolidge Matters include former Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis, presidential scholar Peter Schramm, and U.S. Senator John Kerry of Massachusetts. Mr. Coolidge's great-grandson, Christopher Coolidge Jeter, says he's happy his great-grandfather's legacy is being revisited.
I think it's great that folks are taking a second look at Coolidge. I think sometimes he gets short shrift in the historian's perspective because there weren't any great crises or wars that occurred during his tenure. But I think when you re-examine his character, values, and strong moral beliefs, that there's a lot that can be learned and applied to today's world.
Jeter says Mr. Coolidge was a true public servant. He held more public offices than any other president and was a driver of many reforms, including women's suffrage and tax cuts. He was a fine writer who not only wrote his own speeches, but also an autobiography. On a personal level, Jeter says he learned the importance of being financially rational from his great-grandfather.
Coolidge had a great quote of, there's no dignity quite so impressive as living within your means. And I try to achieve that myself, as well as hopefully that's something I think the nation could take a cue from as well.
Christopher Coolidge Jeter says he hopes the new book, Why Coolidge Matters, will add a valuable new perspective to the ongoing debate over America's future. For Faiza El Masri, I'm Faith Lapidus, VOA News, Washington.